Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over frames and windows. So we'll start off with frames, and there's not much to both of them, so don't expect the screen recording to be too long. It's going to be pretty short. So we'll start off with frames. And what frames can be used for, they can be used for dividing up a window. So for example, you have different sections on the window or in your program. So like last assignment we had the pizzeria thing, we had the entry field, then we had all of the check buttons, and then we had the list box. That could have been divided into different frames, but we didn't divide them into frames because we didn't go over frames then. So as always, we start off by creating variables. So let's say frame one, and we'll have it equal to frame. That's it. You don't need to call it frame something different. It's just frame. And then inside we can leave it empty. Now, if you want a label to be inside of the frame, we'll create a variable and have it set to label text equal to, this is some text, and before this we're supposed to have where it's supposed, like what it's supposed to be in. So in this case we want it to be in frame 1, so frame 1, comma, and then all the other parameters. So obviously if you return this, nothing would happen because nothing's packed. So right now I guess we can just pack the frame straight away. So pack, there we go. And then the label, basically you can pack stuff into the frame without worrying about the stuff outside of the frame. So basically you can use grid inside of it because it's its own thing inside. And in this case we'll do column is equal to 0, row is equal to 0. And the reason why you can use both pack and grid is because we're packing the frame itself, but we're using the grid parameter to add the label to the frame, so it's inside of the frame. Now, if you return this, we can pack the frame. So frame 1 dot pack. There you go. Oops. There you go. So we created a variable for the frame, we created the label which is inside of the frame, and we packed the frame. And it just looks like it's just some regular text. And if we were, for example, to create another frame, let's create another variable. So label 2 to label in frame 1, text is equal to, this is some other text, and we'll use .grid. Oops, there we go. And we'll have it at, I don't know, column is equal to 1, row is equal to 1. And now if we run this, so it just looks pretty normal. So we have this at column 0, row 0, column 1, row 1. Now, let's create another. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, if you don't pack the frame, so let's say we never pack the frame, you have nothing because it's in the frame. The frame needs to be packed for all of this to be visible too. So let's do that right there. Let's create a new frame. So frame 2 is into frame, leave this empty. Label 3 is equal to label frame 2. So basically it's in frame 2. Text is equal to label number 3. And we'll use that grid. Yeah, I'll just copy this. There you go, and then have label 4. The label frame 2. Text is equal to label number 4 And just copy paste this again. Oops. There we go. And I'll pack the frame. So frame to that pack. There we go. So we have the first frame, which contains these two labels, and then we have the second frame, which goes here. And notice that we have column 0, row 0 over here, and we have column 0, row 0 again over here. And so if we were to do this without frames, they would kind of conflict and be in the same place. So you could say, basically it would be kind of messed up since they're supposed to be in the same place, but they can't be. But in frames, the columns and rows, they get reset, so you can just start off from 0 instead of having to keep on going from the number of columns and rows you had previously. Now this is pretty much it for frames. There's not much to do with frames. You can, like, their only use is to organize your program, and so it's pretty useful because almost all programs have different sections. So yeah, now we'll start with Windows. I'll delete all this. And Windows, it's not a window widget or whatever, it's like a basic thing of Tkinter. As you can see over here, we start off by importing everything from Tkinter, we already know that, but then this thing over here. We have root is equal to tk, and this basically creates the main window. So obviously if we run this, we have nothing on here, but we have a actual window. This thing that I'm moving around is the window. Now, we can create other windows by doing, I don't know, window 1 is equal to tk. There you go, we get 2 windows. Honestly, that's not really useful where, like, if you just start the program and you get 2 windows, that's kind of useless. People usually pair them with, like, I don't know, buttons and stuff like that. So, let's create a button. So we'll call it, I don't know, new window button is equal to button. And the reason why, and basically, for something to be inside of a certain window, you have to do the same thing as for frames. So you have to do a root, but in this case, by default, it'll already be in root. But since we're gonna create other windows, I'm just gonna type in root for the sake of clarity. So root, and then text is equal to create a new window. Then command is equal to new window. Now we'll create a function. Oh wait, let's just quickly pack this. New window. Oh, alright. Def new window. And here we'll just have window 1 dot, window 1 is equal to tk. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so you can see we have a button. Now if you click on it, it creates a new window. And if you keep on clicking on it, it'll create other new windows. So now, let's say we wanted to add a label, or I don't know, add a button to the new window. So let's create a button that'll be inside of this window. So yeah, we don't need to have it inside of the actual function. Just have it here. So we'll have label 1 is equal to label, and then we'll have window 1, comma, text is equal to this, a new label. And that's that pack. Okay, yeah. You can't do this because this function hasn't been called and this window isn't there yet. So yeah, in this case we'll have to have it in this function because this will be after this is made. The function. This will be after the variable is created. Click this. There you go. This is the new label. And then again, let's just try something. Cut this. I'll create a button. Button 1 is equal to button. We'll have it in window 1. Text is equal to create a label. And command is equal to label function. And then create a function. Label function. And this will just add a label. Add a label to the window. Oh yeah, I'll just paste that in. There we go. Click create new window. Oh, yep, we forgot to pack the button. Dot pack. There we go. Click this. Get another button. Create a label. Window 1 is not defined. Oh, yeah, I think we need to globalize window 1. So, global window 1. There we go. And it creates, it packs, yeah, it creates and packs a label. So, since this screen recording is on the short side, let's create a small program. It'll just be a login page where if you click login, it creates a new window. I'll start off with like the main page, so it'll be root. And we'll have login button. So button log what am I doing? Root comma text is equal to login. Command is equal to login window. And I'll create a register button. Register button. But I won't. I'll make it useless. Just so that we can see what happens when you click the login button. So button root comma text is equal to register. There we go. And then we'll pack this. And then def login window. Oh, login button. Window. So we'll create a new variable called login page. And so your login page is equal to TK. And we'll pack in, I don't know, two entry fields and a button and some labels, yeah. Login, no, user name label, login page, text is the username, colon, dot pack. And honestly, I don't recommend you use dot pack like this. I'm doing this here just so that I can pack them in quickly. Then we'll have username entry. That's it. We also have that pack. Then we'll have password label to label. Oh, okay, I forgot. Login page. Label login page. text is equal to password, and then dot pack. And finally we'll have, oh no, we'll have this, and then we'll have the button. So password, oops, entry is equal to entry login page dot pack. And finally we have the login button. So login, we already have a, yeah, we already have a login button. So login, I don't know, confirm, doesn't really matter. Button text is equal to login. And I won't, I'm not gonna like create a thing where it checks whether it's right or wrong. I'm just doing this to show you what this could be used for. So yeah, oh, we didn't pack in this. So pack, there we go. So we have this. Register the button doesn't do anything because I didn't make it do anything. And click the login button. Why does it create a new? That's weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's because I forgot to mention what window it's supposed to be packed in. So login page. There we go. Login, and there we go. So type in your username, whatever, doesn't really matter, and then password again. Oh yeah, we need to use the show parameter. Show is equal to, there we go, login, and password, there you go, and then if you click login, nothing will happen because it didn't make it do anything. So yeah, this is pretty much it for frames and windows, and they're pretty important. You'll be using them pretty often if you're going to be doing stuff with GUIs later on. So yeah, I'll see you next class.